Hello everyone, good morning. It's time to start the day. Grab your coffee, your favorite beverage, shine your light and light the way.
Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, July 17th, 2024, and it's time for your good morning coffee and talk. I'm Dali. This is the Wolf Girl Oracle, and I'm really glad you're here. I just want to say good morning to everyone who's come in. Nancy was in here. Good morning, Nancy. I see that Flowing. Good morning. I hope you and Chrissy are okay after the storms on Tuesday. Oh, girl, it was crazy. It was crazy here. And Kat, good morning, Dolly and Nancy, she says. And let's see, anybody else? Oh, Willow's here. Good morning, my dear friend. It's good to see you. And Janet. Ooh, Janet is here. Hello, Janet. So good morning, everyone. I'm really, really glad that you're here today. And I'm glad that you all get up so early in the morning and hang out with me. Fatima, good morning, my dear friend. I'm so glad that you're here. It's great. It's great to see everybody. And of course, we have as our special guest once again, Ruben the Red Butt Chicken. Hello, Ruben. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today, Ruben? Good morning. Good morning. Peekaboo. Good morning. Good morning. He's in a mood today. Don't know why. Here I am. But yes, Ruben is here with us. Hopefully he'll say something. I don't know. I don't know if he will. Oh, Heather's here. Hello, Heather. How are you this morning? Good morning. Good morning. And Teresa Ford. Good morning, Teresa. I'm glad to see you. Anybody else come in that I missed? I hope. Oh, Nils is here. Good morning, Nils. How are you? Good morning. So yeah, good morning. So yeah, it's been a weird few days, you guys. I don't know if you all heard, but the RNC is in my city here in Milwaukee. So it's been the city has been very busy. There's a very different energy in the air here. I don't want to say it's not negative. I don't want to say it's a negative energy or a bad energy. It's just a different energy. My city tends to be a little bit more Democrat leaning than they are Republican leaning. So the collective feels a little bit different right now, but not necessarily bad, just different. Maybe a little tense. Like I feel like a lot of the liberal people here are a little like about this whole thing. But all in all, though, so far, not. It hasn't been terrible. So that is good. And if you guys notice up on the altar behind me, I do have a red candle lit. And that candle is lit for our dear friend, Katie Moonchild. Katie lost her beloved animal familiar this week, Willie. And, she's, of course, very sad, very sad. Although Katie is very pragmatic. She's celebrating Willie's life, and mourning his loss, mourning his feeling around her, but definitely celebrating his life as well. So please keep Katie in your thoughts and prayers. Send her energy. If you guys do Reiki, please send her some healing energy to heal her heart, because it's never easy, no matter how spiritual you are, no matter how connected you are. When you feel that kind of a loss, it affects you, So please keep her in your prayers, our dear friend Katie. I also wanted to show you guys something. I thought this was kind of neat. Now, many of you, I think, are familiar with my friend Shanita. She's from Future Focus Living here on YouTube. She wrote a book. I am so proud of her. And the name of the book is Navigating Boundaries. A Heart Journey for Big-Hearted and Sensitive Souls. It's a 30-day journal for cultivating self-respect. And it is on Amazon for anybody who is interested. She's got her picture on the back. There's my friend Shanita, along with a little biography. And right in the beginning of this book, I really like it. In the introduction, she really goes through her process for writing this book. And her process was learning how to navigate boundaries. Okay, so this is a book of her best practices that she learned along the way from others as she was embarking on this journey to really just stop being a doormat. So if you have problems with that, if you have problems with, hey, people treat me like I'm a doormat, it might be time for you to learn how to navigate boundaries, how to set your own boundaries. And I really like this book. I'm going to do a more formal walkthrough of the book in a couple days here on YouTube. I'm going to do a review of it, and I'm going to start this journey on August 1st. I think that even if you are relatively good at navigating boundaries, that it's always a good idea to sort of go through that process again of, checking your boundaries and making sure that you're not allowing things to fall to the wayside or get out of disrepair. You want those boundaries clear, right? You don't want them like a wall that's fallen down, right? And now anybody can come over the wall. And it's not like it's not avoidance. It is just setting boundaries and making sure that the people who love you, who are around you, understand those boundaries and where that line is drawn. So anyways, I'm very, very proud of Shanita, and I can't wait to dig into this. So, okay, so we're going back here. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Fatima says, love Shanita. She is so lovely. She is lovely. And she is brilliant. I mean, oh my gosh. Okay, like, I am not easily intimidated because I'm pretty well versed in a lot of different things, so I feel pretty confident talking to people. I don't get starstruck or shy when it comes to speaking about things that I know something about, right? But when I'm talking to Shanita, all I want to do is stop and listen. I just want to stop and listen because she is so filled with wisdom. And I really appreciate her willingness to teach. I appreciate teachers. Katie is a teacher to me. Manasa is a teacher to me. Shanita, and every single one of you. And I appreciate that so much. All of your wisdom. Let's share it. Let's share it with one another, because that's what we're here for. We're here to lift each other up and help each other out through these hard times, so that we can get through it. Get through it all together. And that's something that I want to say about this whole political spectrum thing. No matter what happens, no matter who becomes president next, the sun will continue to rise. The sun will continue to set. The moon will continue to rise. The moon will continue to set. The seasons will continue to change. And our Earth Mother will continue to love us. And that's why we got to take care of her. Let's take care of yours. Let's take care of Gaia. All right. Teresa says, it took me a while to understand that there's a difference between my boundaries and triggers. Oh, yes. Yes. That is very true. Triggers are a reaction to a lack of boundaries in many ways, right? So Nils says 100%. Thank you, Nils. And this community of ours is filled with talented and beautiful people. You are not kidding about that. It is so true. And Flowing says, yes. It is. It's a beautiful community. And Heather says, I can relate, Teresa. Yep. And me too. I can relate too. I'm 55. I'm going to be 56 this year. And I had a lot of learning going on in my life. I learned a lot of things by beating my head against the wall. You know what I'm saying? So I am so stubborn, and I am so, I don't want to say arrogant. That isn't the right word, because I don't see myself as being better than anybody else, but I'm very confident. And sometimes that confidence can get in the way of things. Confidence can sometimes get in the way of learning, because it's ego driven. And yeah, sometimes I just have to dial it back. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And thank you for all the blessings. I very much appreciate that. I hope you're doing well today. It is good to see you. So again, navigating boundaries, a heart journey for big-hearted and sensitive souls by our dear friend Shanita Sanders. So I'm so happy for her. Oh, I wanted to read you guys something. This was, I don't know if you guys know this, but every day Katie sends out a card of the day. You can either catch it on her Katie Moonchild's World's Instagram, or if you just send her a message, she can hook you up in any other way that you need, But she sends me a text every day with the card of the day, and today it was about creativity, and I wanted to read to you a little bit of what it said. It said you are able to bring to fruit. Let me start. More coffee. Hang on. More coffee. All right. Let's start again. You are able to bring to fruition something within your imagination that you alone have thought of. Being creative is relaxing and therapeutic, whether it is cooking, sewing, woodwork, photography, writing, art, or music, whatever it may be that stimulates your imagination. This is the time for you to create and inspire others. Utilize your skills, take classes, and follow your passion. You will one day have the opportunity to turn your heartfelt creativity into your life's work. Create your labor of love. So if you guys have been feeling a push to do something creative, I feel like the time is right now to maybe embark on one of those endeavors. It really struck me when I read that this morning, and I've seen this card before. Okay. And I'm always like, oh yay, creativity. But today it like really hit me. It was like, bam, something is, maybe it's Lionsgate, because Lionsgate is coming up. I don't know, but I just felt like this real tug to that message today. So if you guys are feeling that too, let's do something creative, right? Let's do it. All right. What else do we got going on here? Flowing said, I need that book. Yes. I'm so glad I got it. And it wasn't expensive. Heather's saying good morning. That's so sweet. Nils is saying confidence can also push the boundaries of success. It will help you understand and push yourself harder. Yes. Well, and that's been my story, Nils. That's exactly it. With every little win, the confidence boosts. And with every confidence boost, you have this belief in yourself that you can go further. And that's just been how I've roller coastered along, But it also has kept me from learning valuable lessons that I could have listened to somebody else tell me and taken it in and used that, That's arrogance, right? So it's in those arrogant times where the arrogance got in the way, where the confidence was so high that it became arrogant, and it got in my way of learning. So it happens. Oh, it's 11:11 where Teresa's at. So it's time to sip. Katie, words of wisdom. Yes. Yeah. See, I love these things that she sends out daily. Oh, here she is. She's here. Hang on. I've just been having more anxiety this month for some odd reason. Well, I mean, the collective is very, very tense right now. There's a lot of energy in the collective. So it doesn't surprise me that you're feeling a little bit more anxiety. You definitely need to protect yourself more right now, and step away from the computer, step away from the TV, step away from your phone, step away from all news If things just start rattling you, get away from all that. Take a day off from the news. Do some meditation or a walk outside a walk out in nature. Do something that can ground you to get that anxiety off of you for sure. And Katie says, hello, everyone. I needed to see you all today. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here, my sister. I have a candle lit for you. I was telling them about that. And also, Katie, look who's here. It is Ruben the Red Butt Chicken. He's here. Ruben the Red Butt Chicken. Hi, Ruben. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Are you still mad at me? He's mad at me. He's mad at me because I gave him a shower yesterday, and he was like, I want to be dirty for the rest of my life. What are you doing? I can't allow that. No stank in my house, okay? All right, let's see. Yes, now, this morning, when I was in Terry at Holding Your Spaces meditation this morning, Teresa had brought up an interesting point about how timelines are delaminating and how it's tangibly, you can feel it, and how your truth and my truth might be completely different time structures, that are happening. So that's something to keep in mind, to be maybe a little bit more gentle with the people around you, where even if their beliefs are kind of like triggering something crazy in you, try to keep that down to a dull roar, because their truth might be on a delaminated timeline. You see what I'm saying? So that's why timelines are going all over the place, and it's difficult to figure out what is true and what isn't true. And I thought, Teresa made that point this morning, and I was like, yes, that is very true. And I am going to bring that up today. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely a shift. That is a good way of saying it. And Flowing is saying, sorry for the loss of Willie. Thank you for doing that, Flowing. Nils is saying, ego is how you view yourself. Character is how others view you. Inflated ego equals arrogance. Balance is key. Yes, 100%, Nils. That's a great way of putting it. Heather says, I should pull out my color pencils today. Yes, you should. Yes, you should. That's actually a really good idea. I haven't played with my colored pencils and my coloring book for a long time. I need to do that. Okay, so many people are saying, sorry about Willie. Katie says, Ruben. Yeah. Red Butt Chicken. Oh, that is what happens when you are between dimensions. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, yeah. So, like, with the RNC being here, it's really crazy. I'm nowhere near it, thank goodness. I'm about 11 or 12 miles southwest of where the RNC is happening right now. Had to hit my vape. But there are checkpoints all surrounding downtown. And where I used to work is just on the edge of a checkpoint. So they can actually walk into the building with no problem. They don't have to go into a checkpoint. But in order for them to park anywhere near the building, they have to go through checkpoints. So they're not real happy right now. I'm so glad I'm not working there anymore. Let me tell you, I'm so glad. I would not want to be going through this right now. But they've got like tons, because they're so close. They're only 2 blocks away from Pfizer Forum, where the RNC is happening. They are booked. They are booked for the RNC. So I would have had to have been there every freaking day, all day, from morning, because that's where they have all these meetings ahead of the RNC that you see on TV. They have all these meetings and stuff, all these offshoot meetings. So I would have had been there from day till night. So I'm glad I am not there. And Teresa says, I'm glad it isn't really close. You never know what may happen. That is very true. Yes. And from what I understand, now I don't know if this is true or not. I need to go and look this up. I just heard about this morning, but apparently we have police here from other states that are helping to facilitate the RNC. And one of the police officer or sheriff from another state shot a homeless guy. I don't know if that happened yesterday or the day before. I didn't hear anything about it on the news, so I don't know if this is true. I still got to look into it, but apparently it was one of the checkpoints is in a location where there is a homeless shelter, like right outside of the gate. So the fact that this happened really bothers me. So I need to look into this more and find out more about what happened. But man, why would you put an entry gate right next to a homeless shelter? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Kat says, yes, it happened yesterday. The AP covered it. Okay, thanks, Kat. I will go and check that out. That really, really, really bothers me. But it was not one of our police officers from here in Milwaukee. It was from somebody out of state. But this is a human being. I don't care if they're homeless. I mean, don't you realize that a lot of the homeless people that are out there are on the street because they have issues that they can't take care of themselves? I mean, they're still human beings. Why would you not put value on their life? You know what I'm saying? It was an Ohio cop? Oh, okay. Teresa says they don't value the homeless. No, they don't. And it's terrible. And a lot of those homeless people are vets, for crying out loud. That was yesterday. He was a mentally ill Jehovah's Witness who was running by. Oh my gosh. You can get PTSD from simply being turned out of your house. Yes. It's awful. It's awful. So say prayers if you think about it. Send some energy, some light to my city. Just, I'd like to see it stay peaceful. I don't want to see it get crazy here. So if you guys can send some energy, I'd really appreciate it. Yes. And then they call themselves Christians. Yes. When I was little, we used to sing this song called, one of the lines was, "You will know they were Christians by their love." And in my life, most of my life, I was Christian, and in most of my life, there was probably a small handful of people that I could have fit on one hand that actually exemplified that love that was talked about in that song. I don't hate Christians. I just like Kat is saying here, they're not Christians, they're Christian nationalists, and there's a difference. Amen to that. Most are mentally ill from when Reagan shut down so many mental institutions. Yes. Now here's a story. My grandfather was a pastor, and my grandfather did most of his preaching at the Milwaukee Rescue Mission. Okay. When Reagan became president and allowed people to sign themselves out of mental institutions, and all of a sudden the streets became flooded with people who really needed help. Okay. It really changed the atmosphere at the rescue mission. It turned from a place of hope to a place of hopelessness. And because the guys working at the rescue mission did not have the qualifications to deal with the mentally ill, and it got dangerous. So my grandpa had to retire. So I don't have a fondness for Ronald Reagan. Let's just say that. Okay. Jen Bowles. Good morning, my friend. Hello, beautiful people. Love and light to you all. Good morning to you. Did you fare well through all these crazy storms we've been getting, Jen? Oh my gosh. It's been crazy. It's been like thundering and lightning every other day for weeks now. I feel like we're turning into a rainforest. I remember when that happened. It started when Reagan was governor of California. My aunt was a nurse in a mental hospital. Oh man, I don't envy her. I don't hate Christians, but I am suspect of some of those who declare that as their identity. My dad was a preacher. Oh, man. Oh, Teresa, you were a preacher's kid, so you're really naughty. I was a preacher's grandkid, so I was very naughty. You are right, Kat. Christian people do not do that. The Bible I read has only love and caring for people. Right on, Fatima. Jen. So far, so good. Okay, good. Katie says, I do not hate anyone. I just do not follow any one religion. I am spiritual, not religious. Same. Shaw Woman is saying, no doubt. Well, I wanted to tell you guys something else too. I might have a lead on a shaman to work with, which I'm very excited about. Get this. So yesterday at PT, I didn't have my normal PT person. My real name is Rachel, if you guys didn't know that. And my PT lady's name was Rachel. So we were the Rachel and Rachel team. But yesterday she wasn't there, so I had her assistant. And her assistant, Brenda, who is amazing. It turns out she is a Reiki master and she's deeply spiritual. So her and I were having a conversation yesterday. We were on the same page. It was so wonderful. I told her, hey, check me out on YouTube. So I hope that she does. But she knows someone in Green Bay, Wisconsin, which is two hours north of me, who is a shaman and who does help other people learn shamanic practices. So I'm very excited, and I'm hoping that I can hook up with this person and actually get some one-on-one face-to-face training, which would be great. Are you taking off, Heather? Well, I hope you have a great day, and thanks for stopping by. Mwah. Teresa says, I wasn't naughty because of him preaching, because he left when I was around 8. I was naughty because it's my nature. Awesome. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, big hugs back to you, Heather. Ruben says bye. Here he is. He says bye. Bye, Heather. Actually, he's saying nothing because he's in a mood today. I don't know what his deal is. Are you all right, Ruben? I love you. I don't know what's going on. He's okay. He was eating and singing earlier. I think he's just mad that I brought him in here. Oh, well. All right, let's do some questions. It's time for questions. I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay. All right, here's the first question. Is justice or forgiveness more important? Is justice or forgiveness more important? That's a tough question. Teresa says he is displeased because you reminded him that the GOP is in town. There's so much involved in shamanism. The one that made me turn off my abilities was soul retrieval. Yeah, I don't know if I want. It's not that I necessarily want to be a shaman as much as I want to take my spiritual journeying to the next level. I feel a calling to that. And now that I've met my spirit animal, my power animal, and have gotten some messages over the last few weeks, I just feel like that's the right direction to go in. I don't feel like I should be doing this on my own. And I want a teacher, and at that point, if I make, I can always make the decision to say, okay, I'm not going to go any further than this point, but I want to work with a teacher. So, All right. So Kat says they're not mutually exclusive. And you know what? That was kind of my thought as well. Here, let me go back up here. I got some little sunglasses for my channel mascots. They made me giggle. A llama with heart sunglasses. Yes, they are so cute. Katie, you need to post pictures on your community page because they are so freaking cute. Teresa says justice because it's an action. Forgiveness is personal. Oh, okay. I think that I'm starting to feel a bit more like Kat in that I feel like you can have both. If somebody robbed my house, I would want them to go to court and I would want them to be punished for what they did. But I also would want to be able to forgive that. You know, I feel like in healing, it's a healing thing, right? I'm healing myself of the trauma, but I'm also healing him, the guy who robbed my house. You know, I'm adding to his healing in doing that. And that's what ultimately what I want. I don't want him to go to jail and come right out and go back to robbing people again. I want him to heal and become a better person and move on, you know? So I think I'm leaning towards Kat that way, but forgiveness, okay. Forgiveness. You can be selective. I agree. I think both may be needed. Of course, that's my answer on a social scale. As a personal, I heal from forgiving. Yes, same. Who are we to judge? Then again, it's all selective perspective. That is so true. That is so true. Okay, well, that was kind of a tough but interesting, an interesting question, and I feel like this is a question that is real pertinent right now, you know, because we are in a position right now in America where we might not be seeing as much justice as we would have liked to have seen, you know. But I'm still hoping that the process leads to changes of heart, you know, and I'm not just talking politically, I'm talking with like anyone who stands before a judge. I'm hoping that there's a shift, you know, a shift towards taking personal responsibility for things when you do them wrong, but also towards forgiveness. You know, I feel like we need to have forgiveness in our hearts for the people around us, you know, regardless of how the outcome of the election is. You know, some of us are going to be on the I forgive you side, and some of us are going to be on the other side of that, right? Needing forgiveness, maybe. So I don't know. I just feel like we need to have a heart of forgiveness in our hearts. Let's see. I feel justice is blind, doesn't always work out, and has some bias, but can be easy. I'm not so sure forgiveness is easy. Well, that's true. It is not. For instance, poachers are often poor people who have no other means of income, but they're destroying the planet by driving animals to extinction. Right. That's a good example. Nancy's been multitasking as she listens, sitting down to rest and engage. Oh, well, thanks. That's all right. I like the lurkers in the lurker lounge. That's okay. It would be nice if the justice system tried to rehabilitate rather than punish. I agree. But it takes the community too. I mean, prisons can only do so much towards rehabilitation. The community needs to take responsibility for its own people, you know, and when these people are coming out of jail, the community needs to get together and help get them a job, help train them, give them a skill, you know, show them some self-worth so that they don't go back into what is easy, you know, because it's easy to be a criminal. It's hard to walk the line, you know. Oh, for real. A truer thing has never been said. Teresa, that's due to private prisons. Capitalism reaches all corners. That is so true. And Flowing says, I agree, Teresa, our system is broken. Yeah, it needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed. And that's something that we need to be strongly approaching all of our representatives about, you know. All right. And Kat says, and I believe prisoners shouldn't have their right to vote revoked. I agree with you on that. I do. People make mistakes, but that doesn't mean that they're not citizens or human beings. Anyway, all right. Here's the next question, you guys. What's the worst job you've ever had? Oh man, I can't wait to hear this. What is the worst job you have ever had? Oh boy. It's Emma, like in today's world, most expect the government to take care of things. It is community that needs to awaken. I agree with that, Nancy. I do. Yeah, paroled felon can't even get a job, but apparently could run for political office. Right? Dock worker, for real. Security guard. Mm-hmm. The question, do you want justice for justice sake, not used for revenge? Agreed. That is so true. Okay, but the next question is, you guys, what's the worst job you've ever had? What's the worst job? Okay, Kat says, plated desserts in the student cafe when I was in culinary academy. Our boss was a real dragon lady and not the cool kind. Oh. Did she chase you around with a spoon and threaten to beat you? I had that experience. All my jobs have been good. Really, Nancy? You didn't have one job you're like, oh my God, I got to get out of here? That is a very precious gift that you've been given. I worked in a bakery back in the late 80s, early 90s. It was my first full-time job. And I shouldn't even tell you guys this, but I'm going to. Okay. Well, first of all, everyone but me and maybe 2 or 3 other people were illegal aliens, not from Mexico, from Poland. Okay. They called me Vaju. It's a hat. I don't know why they called me that, but they did. They called me Vaju. But those people were not nice to me because I was not just like them. And I got chased around a lot if I wasn't doing my job by a guy with a big spoon who would threaten to smack me if I didn't get back to work or do my job. And the day I quit, this is why I quit, in the ceiling above the donut line, there was this big machine. The dough would come out in a big strip, and this machine would roll over it and create all the little donuts, cut out all the little donuts before it went into the fryer. And right above it, a bunch of rats fell from the ceiling and landed on the conveyor and went through that machine. And they just kind of hosed off the thing and just kind of pulled up some of the dough that had blood on it, threw it away, and kept on going. And I was like, I'm out of here. I've had enough. I have had enough. From that point forward, I could not eat donuts for a long, long time. Oh, boy. Oh. No, but she humiliated me in front of the class every day. She targeted me specifically. Let's go beat her up. Nobody targets my cat like that. Flowing. I liked my jobs, though I have had bad bosses. Yeah, I've had that too. I think my worst job was working in a wood mill. Ooh, that doesn't sound like fun. Oh, and Jen, stacking wood in a lumber yard in winter while sliding around on the ice. That does not sound fun or safe. I think both of you should stay out of the woodworking business there. She would make a habit of sabotaging my work. Oh, that's terrible. I had that at a previous job. think being chased by a dude with a spoon would have sent me packing. You know, it didn't happen. It didn't happen a lot. And when it did, I was able to outrun him anyway. But it was, I mean, in retrospect, looking back on it now, it's like, oh my God. Oh boy. Katie says, I would have gotten him to hit me with that spoon. Talk about your own bakery, right? I don't even know what that is. I'm seeing rats. Yeah, it was not, it was, and I mean, I was 17. No, 18. I was 18 years old when that happened. It was a long, long time ago. Long, long time ago. But it sounds like everybody has like one job where they're just like, except for Nancy. Nancy has had good jobs. Nancy, you know what it is, Nancy? It's because you are such a blessing of a person. You know, nobody would treat you terribly. And because they knew that if they did, they would be like run out of town. I was scrappy in my youth. Not now. Same. I was a little toughy. Not anymore. Now the payback is Gen Z, which a lot of employers can't deal with, right? Very different. I stayed in management until I couldn't handle Gen Z. I did. And then I was like, no more management for me. I'm not going to manage people anymore because people are different now. People are very different. All right. One more question. Now, this one is a little tough too. Is it more essential to develop beliefs or gain knowledge? Is it more essential to develop beliefs or gain knowledge? And I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about this. I have an opinion that I will share in a little bit. Nils says knowledge. Nils is a walking encyclopedia, so his answer does not surprise me. He is one of the wisest, most knowledgeable men that I know in my life right now, my dear brother. Knowledge, because I feel like beliefs need to be flexible. Okay. I do believe that too. Beliefs do need to be flexible. Flowing says knowledge. Nils says smiley face. I think that's a smiling Viking. We're going to say that anyways. Aw, thank you. Well, you're very welcome, my friend. My little big brother. You develop beliefs after gaining knowledge. The only thing is gaining knowledge is ongoing. Yes. Beliefs help with transmutation, but knowledge is also necessary to get anywhere. Yeah, I agree with that too. I cannot eat C's candies because the C's candy factory here gets put in in the paper for violating health department for cockroaches and stuff. Oh, girl, right? Yeah, see, once you have that going on, it's like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I can go there. Fatima says, oops, hang on. Fatima says, knowledge. Hey, Randy, how are you? It's good to see you. Hello to you, beautiful soul. I'd say knowledge because that can be used to form beliefs. And Randy, the question is it more essential to develop beliefs or gain knowledge? That is the question. Jen says, knowledge is power and our beliefs grow and change as we grow. That is exactly what I was going to say. That is exactly what I was going to say. I think that when we're young, when we're like in that just on the edge of adulthood age, and we start to figure out that there are things in this world that we need to know about: politics, religion, jobs, college, education in general, we start to form beliefs based on our limited experience. And sometimes we can be very rigid in our thinking right in the beginning, like when I was, my first time voting, I was a staunch Republican because my whole family, except for my father and my grandmother, were staunch Republicans. And I had listened to the party platform, and I was very, very Christian. And I was like, this is what I'm going to vote for. This is what's right. I don't want to hear anything else. Nobody tell me anything else. I don't want to hear it, And then, of course, as time progressed and I learned more and I got more world experience and more knowledge was brought into my life, my beliefs changed, So I think that a lot of it revolves around maturity, right? So, yeah. Hey, Jay, how are you doing? Good morning. It's good to see you. It is very good to see you. Oh no, what happened? Beliefs are so personal. They are very personal, and they're based on your experience, right? They're based on your experience. Knowledge is more of an established, almost scientific rule of things, but even that you got to be a little bit flexible with, right? Because what we know can change and develop over time as new information comes in. So, yeah, it's a pretty interesting question. Are we creating the world we want to live in? Oh, that's a good question. Yes. Back to cleaning closets, but I'm listening. Okay. Thank you so much, Nancy. Everybody's saying hi to Jay and Randy. Randy says, knowledge is the learning we retain. Yes, I agree with that. If you still believe the same things after years of living, then you're not growing. That is very true. I agree with that. So many good things said, you guys. Thank you. Well, yeah, you look to your parents for your social, political cues. Yes, you do. Knowledge, because we only grow in our beliefs as we learn about them. Yes. Jen says, exactly, Dolly. My beliefs changed when I found out we were being lied to. Same here. Shaw Woman says, don't be afraid to look outside the bubble box. We tend to get too comfortable in our daily habits. That's for sure. What I know is that my shifting my perspective changes my reality. Yes. Yes. Yeah, because we all get to decide how we feel about anything that we come into contact with, right? We get to decide it. Nothing inherently is good or bad. It's just it's the energy that we put into whatever is going on that changes what it is to us. So, yeah. So you need knowledge to grow beliefs. That is so true. And Nils says, Shaw Woman, exactly. Autonomy is important. 100%. We cannot ascend to the next dimension unless we release the vestiges of this one. Oh, that is so true. That is so true. Well, now that we're this far into we've got about 15 minutes yet. I thought maybe, does anybody, oops, what did I drop? I dropped my knife. I dropped my knife. Does anybody want a little reading, a little mini reading from me today? I've got my Dragon Oracle here that I've been using almost exclusively now for about a month. Otherwise, I can just do a card for the whole group. Or maybe I should do that because it's 10:45. Before I do my dragon card for the group, where are my... Here we go. I forgot to read you guys the Affirminator. The Affirminator. The Affirminator of the day. And today's Affirminator is the name of my cat. It is clarity. Stopping to listen to my inner self, I can easily separate my intuition from my mental chatter. The clarity of my intuition is a sweet, simple fruit that tastes familiar. And the mental chatter is a confusing, bitter rind that I shall peel off and chuck into the garbage or compost heap if your mental chatter happens to be organic. I like that. Clarity. Stopping to listen to my inner self, I can easily separate the intuition from my mental chatter. I love that. I love how it describes the clarity as a sweet and simple fruit, and the mental chatter as confusing, bitter rind. I like that so much. Yeah. Good stuff. I'm glad that my mantra of stopping to buy anything that has a unicorn on it has finally come to something good. Oh, yeah. I kind of love unicorns. Is that weird? And dragons and wolves and this bird back here. Ruben, let's check in on Ruben. What are you doing, Ruben? Ruben, what are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? See that face he's giving me? That's his I am so mad at you face. You okay? Are you all right? Oh, honey. Do you want a peanut? You want a peanut? A peanut? Oh. Is that good? Eat that peanut. Eat that peanut. All right. He's going to eat the peanut. And we're going to come back to me. Okay. Ruben, are you truly a red butt chicken? Asked Teresa. Ruben is cracking me up today. He is pissed. He is. He has to. It's really important that African greys get bathed regularly. And when I mean regularly, I mean like twice a week at least, because their skin gets so dry. So he had to have his shower. There was no getting away from that. And he was so mad. Oh my gosh. He wouldn't talk to me all night. But now he's eating a peanut. So hopefully he feels a little bit better now. All right, let's do Oh, the dragon is also the emblem of Wales. I did not know that, or maybe I did from looking at their coat of arms, but that's cool. Nils, aside from being Swedish and German, I have Irish in me as well. And, so I'm exploring that little, through what Jacob has been doing on his YouTube channel. I've been kind of exploring that side of my family a little bit. I don't have the draw to it that I do to all things Norse, but I definitely am loving what I'm learning. Let's just put it that way. And I might feel very differently if I step onto that land, But anyways, let's do a card for the collective for all of you here today. And I'm going to ask the angels to protect us. I'm going to ask the spirits of the land and my home, the land Vatir and the Husvatir, to surround us. And I'm going to ask the ancestors, both your ancestors and my ancestors, to give us wisdom. What do we need to know for the rest of this week, Spirit? Please and thank you, and I love you. All right, we got invention, burning with passion. Now, this is very interesting. Invention, burning with passion. And you can see this very passionate dragon spewing fire. But it's a light. It's like a fire made of light. And this goes along with the card of the day that Katie had for us for today. I'm going to read that again real quick. Here, let me do this so I can actually see what I'm doing. You are able to bring to fruition something within your imagination that you alone have thought of. Being creative is relaxing and therapeutic, whether it is cooking, sewing, woodworking, photography, writing, art, or music. Whatever it may be that stimulates your imagination, this is the time for you to create and inspire others. Utilize your skills, take classes, follow your passion. You will one day have the opportunity to turn your heartfelt creativity into your life's work. Create your labor of love. And I feel like this invention passion card goes right along with that card of the day that Katie gave us today. I mean, that really feels like I was telling you guys earlier, I feel like that there is a like whirlwind of creative energy that is flowing around us right now that we just need to, grab onto. It might feel a little chaotic when you just feel it outside of yourself, but when you take some of that energy in and you use it and focus it towards your passion, I feel like right now is a great time to harness that so that you can bring something to fruition that you've wanted to bring to fruition for a long time. So I really believe that because Katie got that card and I got this card, this is definitely something from Spirit that we should be paying attention to, okay? Nils is saying, the dragon symbolizes power, change, and spirituality. It also symbolizes good luck, fortune, and prosperity. In some cultures, the dragon is a protector and is often associated with royalty. The dragon can also symbolize self-love and empowerment. All dragon spirits have alchemical power, which means they hope to turn you into gold spiritually. Ooh, I love that. Thank you, Nils. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And of course, Randy is like, my dragons, I love. Well, gee, Randy, I wouldn't have guessed that. Katie says, I love my Dragon Tarot deck. Nell says, this is a great gift and one you should accept with both gratitude and humility. Dragon spirits do not give up secrets easily. It's part of the challenge. Yeah. Gratitude. Gratitude. The greater the effort, the greater the reward. Dragons are drawn to people of intellect, dignity, contagious enthusiasm, and authority. Dragons guide such individuals towards brilliance and enlightenment. Ooh, he always brings us good stuff. Dragons also encompass the primordial natural forces on all planes of existence, longevity, and the most earliest of magics, some of which have been lost to time. I wonder if it's possible to recapture magic that has been lost to time. I mean, is it possible to rediscover it? Is it possible to ask our guides or our ancestors to help bring that magic forward? I've never tried that. Maybe I should. Throughout Celtic realms, what we call ley lines are called dragon lines. This ties dragon spirit to geomancy and the forces that connect all things on the earth together. The web, the big web. Stonehenge is thought to have been the ancient resting ground for traveling dragons. I believe that, because I truly do believe that dragons were real, and there might still be dragons. Jean Sun Psychic said, I have dragon with a nurse hat on, but I loan her out to others. Oh, that's neat. Yes, through our beliefs. Yeah. Oh, the wolf. The wolf represents balance, loyalty, family, strength, leadership, wisdom, adaptability, courage, and resilience, and intelligence. Oh, I know. The wolf lives in harmony with all around him, and it does not take offense when no offense was intended. He will only fight when it's right to do so and in the right way. Yes, 100%. Yeah, thank you, Nils. I appreciate you sharing your wisdom with all of us. Of all the land animals, the wolf has the strongest supernatural powers and the most accomplished hunter. Yes. This is why wolves are drawn to dragons. I am very much a wolf. But Nils, during my shamanic journeys, I discovered that my power animal is not a wolf. My Philgia is a wolf, but my power animal is a hawk, which really surprised me. Totally blew me away. Totally blew me away, but it makes more sense than I can even describe now that I've got that knowledge. So, wow, guys. Well, I think we're over an hour now. Yeah, we've been live an hour and 2 minutes and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. So I think I'm going to end this here right now because Chrissy should be home from the doctor. She had to go to the doctor for her post-op visit today. She's healing up great. I'm healing up great. I still got a long road ahead of me, but look what I can do. Watch this, guys. Look how high I can reach my hand. I am so excited. Look how high I can reach my hand. I haven't been able to reach that high since before I tore my arm. So things are going in the right direction and it feels good. And yeah, so again, let's all say goodbye to Ruben. Bring him on one more time here. Ruben, everybody's saying goodbye to you, buddy. Everybody's saying goodbye to you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Well, I hope you all have a great week, and I love you guys. I will see you all again. And see, I can put my heart up, too, again. I can look through my hands again. I will see you all again on Sunday for my reading of the week, and I really hope that you guys have a great, great day, okay? I love you. Thank you so much for coming. All right, take care, everybody. All right, bye-bye.